Welcome to the F Word. My name is Molly Connell, and I'm the producer of this show. The things you will hear over the next 45 minutes represent the views of the F Word and the people making them. All opinions and quotations in no way represent River West Radio and are the sole responsibility of the producer, guests, and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any legal issues arising from the content of this program. Well, welcome back. The F Word took a little vacation over the holidays. But we are back with another show. I also wanted to make sure and that I wished Anna London a happy birthday. It's her birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, Anna. And I guess I'll just introduce the guests then. Let them introduce themselves.
My name's Emily. I was on the last show. I'm the dropout with the opinions.
And I'm Bianca. I was on the last show too. I was one of the people with the experiences.
Well, welcome back to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
So if you listened to our last show, we had just talking about our own personal experiences with rape and our experiences, with rape culture in general. And I kind of wanted to take this show into the part 2 area and really wanted to talk about some of the current events that have been happening since the last F Word, or since the last show. Everything that's happening in India right now. What happened in Ohio.
Yeah, the rape scandal in Ohio.
Also, even with the Violence Against Women Act, it's the first time since 1994 that it's not been voted through right away. And a lot of that has to do, I don't know if you guys have read about that at all, but it has a lot to do with they added in more protective rights for LGBT. And then the big one that kind of got it pulled back was they changed, or they tried to change it so that Native American women living on reservations could, through their reservations court system, try people from outside of the community, because a lot of the people who are raped, a lot of the women are raped by men that do not live necessarily inside the reservation, and they were trying to make it easier for them to do that. And there's been a lot of arguments about that, but it's just really disappointing to see that. And I wish I could come back after the new year and kind of have some tales of good things happening.
Well, there are some good things.
I don't know. There's a lot of really scary things happening.
But the whole thing in India, it was a terrible thing, but I think that there are good things coming out of it, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So, which topic do you want to start with?
Well, I guess we can go into India then.
Okay.
I've been trying to keep up with the news there, and it's incredible to see the women feeling like for the first time they have a cause. They have people joining for their cause, and them standing up for themselves. I watched this one report that was talking about how the women of this one village attacked this political figure that was staying in their village who had raped one of the women in the village. And
they're going the vigilante justice route.
Good.
Which
is
more common than people think in a lot of countries. Like in Africa, vigilante justice is a huge thing because they don't have a way to back themselves up.
Yeah.
And in India, it's not just the women too. It's there is a lot of people behind it, men and women. So the article I read today. Well, why don't you give the background of the story?
Okay. Yeah. Let's just tell you all what we're talking about here, if you don't already know. Yeah, so it was a young woman and her boyfriend who were on a bus, which they thought was a public bus.
They were coming
But
home from the movies.
they were coming home from the
Yeah.
movies. And it was not, I mean, I'm assuming it was a public bus or some kind of public transportation system that was taken over by this vigilante group of this gang.
When they got on
Really?
the bus, the bus driver actually locked the door so they could not get back off the bus.
Well, I heard what it was is the bus itself belonged to like a private school, and it was the crew that managed the bus at night that had taken over, and you know, they had actually they had taken in a man earlier, robbed him, pushed him out, and then had proceeded to allow these two people on and lock the doors.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah, so basically the only people on the bus were this couple and these 6 other men, one of them being the driver, and all of these men are being charged. The woman and the man were both attacked. The woman died as a result of her rape injuries and being beaten. And it's caused a lot of controversy in India, and throughout the world, I think, and really has brought awareness to this rape culture that we live in. And when I heard this story, like, I literally just got shivers because we had just got done with our rape culture show, and we were working on preparing for this next show today, and you know, it was just a very somber moment hearing that and seeing all the recourse since then. And I mean, I feel like there's been some other stories popping up as well, like what happened in Ohio.
Yeah. That's terrible too. That's just appalling to me.
Well, to me, the connection between the two is the way that it's been handled by, like, law enforcement and, like, the justice system in both. Because in Ohio, they're pushing for it to be tried in another area, which is all that's really doing is postponing it.
So, I mean, I'm just going to give a basic to-do about what happened in Ohio as well. So apparently, social media images and messages have been coming out, and they're showing this video of a young girl, like, being raped, and she's just, like, limp in these people's arms, I guess. And it was a course of a summer, like, a few parties this had happened, and these guys had attacked women, like, at multiple parties. Yeah, I guess that's really all that I've heard about that. But
They're really young too.
yeah,
They're
they're
like 16, 17.
Yeah, the particular incident that, you know, has sparked all this controversy was like the tweets, and I think Anonymous released a video of men talking about how this girl, she's so dead, she's so wasted, she's being raped right now, making really like joking comments about it, when this girl had been drugged, and there were like photos of these guys like picking her up, apparently raped her. And the issue that I have with it is the fact that they're getting let off the hook because they're, you know, jocks, they're sporty in the school. A lot of people in the community think that, you know, this girl's making this up, this is all like a big lie, even though there are videos to prove otherwise. And so it's just getting postponed because, I mean, victim blaming is
It kind of reminds me
so
of that.
prevalent.
Do you remember that? It happened a long time ago with the lacrosse team. Do you remember that whole thing? Where the girl said that she was raped. She blamed the lacrosse team for it at the school. Do you remember that?
I remember that vaguely. I don't remember the details.
She said she had been raped. They didn't believe her. They said that she was making it up.
Yeah.
You know, even though there was clear evidence.
well,
that
this
it had
is
happened.
the same thing that Tiffany was talking about. The same thing happened to Tiffany.
Yeah.
Our last show, if you heard, the other co-host had gone through a similar thing as this. I wish there was like something more that we could say about it, but it's happening all over, and the same thing, these same stories that we're hearing over and over again are just, we keep hearing them, the same story, and it's really frustrating to come here and to just feel really frustrated about what's going on right now, to say the least. So, but it brings up another kind of interesting component to the way crime, the way things happen now, and the way social media plays a role in that. Like you said, Anonymous was the one who posted that video.
Yeah.
And a lot of the evidence, I assume, from this case is going to be coming from social media. The videos, pictures, tweets.
Which I see as a form of vigilante justice as well.
Yeah.
For people to, I mean, it's just
to bring that forward, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You can literally saturate a situation with evidence, like instantly, with social media.
Yeah.
So
it's thank God for I mean, literally, like, these guys thought that they were okay to tweet these things, and thank God there are people out there that will take screenshots and post links and look up these people's personal information and put them out